Good morning. Good morning, fellowship. Good morning. Welcome on the day of breaking ground and a groundbreaking ceremony. I'm so delighted to welcome you here this morning. I'm Joel Miller. I'm the interim minister here at the Morristown Unitarian Universalist Fellowship. So glad to welcome you who are here in person with all of the excitement about the day, and so glad to welcome our folks who are here online with us as well. As we get started, I was thinking a little bit about the difference our congregations make in the world. Takes me back to a story. It's almost 24 years ago now. It was 1999. There was an annual meeting of all the Unitarian Universalist congregations and their delegates, and it was in Salt Lake City that year. And one of the staff members, Stephen Jonathan, who works for our national offices, met with a Mormon leader. The Mormon leader and he were meeting to talk a little bit about the differences in our different religious traditions. And Stephen, being very much a Unitarian Universalist, always looking for thoughts, advice, how do you do things and what works well for you? The Mormon leader was very friendly. As in my experience, so many Mormons can be so very friendly and welcoming. But what surprised Stephen Jonathan was how much he knew about us Unitarian Universalists. You know, said this leader of missions for the Mormon church, our research suggests that proportionate to your size, you Unitarian Universalists attract many more newcomers and visitors than anybody else. Your congregations are pretty good at getting people through the door. My apologies for saying this, but you're kind of lousy at holding on to them. Stephen Jonathan and this Mormon leader discussed how Mormons are very successful at holding on to their newcomers. But then the Mormon leader said to Jonathan, if you Unitarian Universalists were half as successful at integrating and retaining members as we Mormons are, you Unitarian Universalists would be the most dangerous religion in America. Jonathan says the director smiled and winked as he said it, and at the same time he meant it. I'm looking out there, which is why we changed the seating today. And if you're online, we're facing that ground, being prepared for the new edition. And to this fellowship, with heartfelt thanks, I say, I think you're getting pretty darn dangerous. So the service is a little shorter today because we're going to have a groundbreaking ceremony at 11:15. We already started a little late, so I'm going to be careful about our timing. After the groundbreaking service this morning, should be about 11:35 or so, we will have a ceremonial toast. It'll be in our great hall, and you are all invited to stay for that and the coffee hour and the treats that follow the groundbreaking ceremony. Next Sunday in the evening, we have a Yom Kippur service at 6 p.m. There is not, as the slide said, a Rosh Hashanah service this evening, just so everybody knows that will not be happening this year. And just in case you haven't seen it in the announcements, on Thursday afternoons at 4, there's a bocce game on the front oval, weather permitting. They're a great group. I try to get there whenever I can to play with them. It's a lot of fun. You can talk to Toby Tyler if you have more questions. He's raising his hand right there. And now we have an announcement from our ministerial search committee.
Surveys. We can't do surveys. We can't get our new minister without the surveys. You have one done? need the surveys.
Good morning, and thank you to Sherlock and Watson. That was great. My name is Brooke Donaldson. I'm currently serving on the Ministerial Search Committee, and like you just all experienced, we are desperately looking for surveys. I wanted to read from the Ministerial Search Committee handbook so that you all understand the gravity of where we are. It says, most search committees allow about a month for completion and submission for the survey, with repeated reminders sent throughout the month. I think we got that box checked. A return rate of at least 60% should be the minimum, though ideal would be higher. Folks, we are currently at 30%, and the due date is Monday. Wednesday, on the 20th. And just so you know, we don't know who has taken them, but we do know who hasn't taken them. So, we know that today is a very exciting day. We are going to be very generous and allow everyone the evening, and then Laurent will graciously prepare a list of people that have not yet opened or clicked on or submitted their survey, and we will then be calling those people. So if you're a newcomer or a guest and or a friend and you haven't received a survey, or a member and you haven't received the survey, please talk to one of the Ministerial Search Committee members. Also in the Great Hall, you'll see a trifold board for the cottage groups. You're going to start, once we move out of the surveys, we're going to start the cottage and focus groups. Please sign up for those. You can sign up online or in person here. And again, if you have any questions, please reach out to one of us on the Ministerial Search Committee. I think most of us are here today. So thank you so much.
Ministers really do care about that survey. And we very much care when we're looking at congregations, how many people in the congregation respond. Let me say also that ministers are interested in you all because they're already calling me, interested in knowing more about the fellowship. So there's excitement about you. Show your excitement about yourselves. Fill out the survey. I'm excited about you. Please join me in the lighting of our chalice and share with me in this morning's affirmation, which will be here on the screen. Love is the spirit of the fellowship, and service is the law. This is our great covenant, to dwell together in peace, to seek the truth in love, and to help one another. Let's sing together now. Number 121, We'll Build a Land. The words are up here. You can find the number 121 in the gray hymn books if you like the books. Please stand in body or in spirit as we sing together. I'd like to do a time for all ages. I could use a little help with it if any children or youth or young at heart adults would join me up here. I'd be grateful for your help with that. Oh, there's a couple of you. Come on up. Thanks for coming up. No, you don't have to. Only if you want. Oh, hello there. Now, somebody has come prepared. There's a backhoe and a bulldozer there in hand. All right, we're ready to go. So, it was a little while right before I was a minister. I was at the Unitarian Universalist church where I grew up. And I was a greeter that day, which is, when we come here to the fellowship, we have folks who welcome us when we come in. We have ushers who give us our orders of service, people who are greeting us and saying hi to us. But it's not just their job to say hi to folks who come in to find us. It's all of our job. And this is how I learned that. One Sunday, the service had finished. And I'd been saying hi to some of my old friends. And I went around the corner at one point and saw there was a single mom who had 3 kids. They were little children, one baby in her arms, one in a stroller, and one holding on to the cloth on her dress. Actually, she was wearing a dress. But she was kind of had her face to the corner, and I thought, well, why is she facing the corner like that? And I thought, maybe she needs some help. So I walked up to her, and she got a little tense at first, and then looked up at me, and I saw she'd been crying. And I said, oh, can I help you with anything? Is everything all right? And she said to me, as she was crying, she said, I can't believe this place exists. I thought I was all alone in the world. And here you are. I'm so glad I found you. What I learned from that is how important it is that we're here and the difference we can make in each other's lives. There are people out in Morristown. There are people out throughout New Jersey who need us. And many of the people in this community know that, and that's why in just a few months there'll be walls going up, and a few more months a roof, and a whole new, the True Family Social Hall, and the Irene Wilson Welcoming Gallery, all kinds of, it's going to be a wonderful space. In fact, we're celebrating that today with a groundbreaking, and I'll talk a little more about that. Some of the people we're building it for are you, and some of the people we're building it for are people we haven't met yet. But we know they need us, and we can help them live lives that make them happier and fuller. Thank you for letting me tell that story this morning. Thank you for coming up and helping me to tell it. You can go back now to your families. Milestones and passages. A reminder that no matter what the service may be about, the course of each of our lives comes as it does, significant moments, sometimes small, sometimes big. And in recognizing this in each service, it's a reminder of how important we can be to one another and the difference we can make in one another's lives. Kim Dunn Minell writes, a great joy this morning. My son, Chris, a graduate of the religious education program, has just signed the papers to reopen the Bernardsville Cinema. I'm so proud of him. Stay tuned for the grand opening this fall. Donna and Tom Perch are happy to announce the marriage of their daughter Allison to Keith McKay on September 4th in a joyous ceremony in Tuscany, Italy. And Minda Chu writes, we celebrated Jehan and Jenny, whose marriage 2 weeks ago. Oh. Also, Shamsi's 23 years of marriage shared with a heart full of gratitude. There are many milestones, passages, joys and sorrows, and gratitudes that we have brought in this moment. And if not shared aloud from this pulpit, may they be shared just by the joy of our presence with one another, or perhaps over coffee, or perhaps a phone call sometime later this week. I invite you to join me in a spirit of meditation, contemplation, or prayer. Spirit of life, we make ourselves a home. We make ourselves a people. Sometimes it's easy, sometimes it's hard. Sometimes it's joyous. Sometimes it brings challenges we never expected. Let the ground of our being never become so hard that we cannot be open to one another. Let the ground around which we build our homes always be ready for new rooms, new joys, new people. And may the life that we plant in the ground around us grow justice, grow happiness, grow prosperity. May our risks be thoughtful, and may we be blessed with risks that pay off. For the ground of this community, the ground and earth upon which its buildings are founded, and the ground of spirit that sustains us all wherever we are. We give thanks and say amen. So be it. Blessed be. I invite you to sing with me now, number 205, Amazing Grace.
Yeah.
I invite you to find it in number 205 or to see it on the screen. Please stand in body or spirit.
It will be on the screen, and as you'll see, the songs today, particularly the first one and this one, well, We'll Build a Land, is pretty obvious about what we're doing. And Amazing Grace, it is so evergreen. It's been performed in so many scenarios, usually funerals. I have played it for weddings, and of course, in so many ways. But that last verse, which is my personal favorite, is particularly pertinent for today. When we've been there 10,000 years, bright shining as the sun, we've no less days to sing our praise than when we'd first begun. So that last verse is about setting up a foundation for the next generation, what to leave, which is very appropriate for today. And then following this, you will hear the choir sing a beautiful arrangement of this hymn for choir and flute. I'll be on flute and singing. So now the all too famous Amazing Grace.
Say
Beloveds of Morristown Unitarian Fellowship, I am delighted to send you greetings today from the First Unitarian Church of Hamilton in Ontario, especially on this most exciting day in the history of your congregation, the day you break ground on your new building. You have held fast to this dream of a new building for so long, a dream infused with the promise of Unitarian Universalism to change lives and change the world. You dreamed of a building that would be a home not just for Unitarian Universalists, but a space that would welcome the community, a beacon for the wider world. You dreamed of a place with roots and wings. I am so proud of you, and I'm so grateful to share my Unitarian Universalist roots with you. I learned so much about ministry and leadership during my time with you. And perhaps more importantly, you taught me how to dream ambitiously and courageously, to see the promise of our faith thriving far into the future. It was a gift to be with you on the journey, even if just for a moment. Today, as you break ground, you are celebrating an achievement and also marking the birth of new dreams and visions for the future that will come alive in the building you break ground on today. May you be blessed, and may this new building come alive with love, hope, and justice. And may all your dreams keep coming true.
Good morning, Morristown UU Fellowship. While I had hoped to join you in person today as you celebrate this historic groundbreaking, my duties at UU Faith Action called me to the climate march happening in New York City. I will say, it's a bit of an odd sensation recording this video because it viscerally reminds me of how much of my time as your ministerial intern involved a lot of recorded video for our worship services during the pandemic. But what a time that was, when in the midst of uncertainty and ambiguity and even fear, we collectively explored how to be a faith community in that moment. You know, one of the things I am most grateful for during my internship was the opportunity to work closely with the Deeper Roots, Wider Wings team. It was a real gift for me to participate with such dedicated congregational leaders. And I saw that their deep love for this fellowship called them to work towards a greater vision of who you collectively might be. You know, that experience really expanded my concept of stewardship. I see it for what it truly can be, which is a deep spiritual practice when it reflects our core values. But I hope that you will celebrate this day because it is a day that has been so long in the making, and it's a day whose exact path you could never have predicted. So friends, may you, in this moment, remember those spiritual forebears whose vision helped make this day possible. May you, in this moment, imagine those who will follow, who will discover their own path informed by your vision. And may you, in this moment, commit once more to be more fully the beloved community to which you aspire. Blessed be, and congratulations.
So you're breaking ground just a few minutes from now. True, the bulldozers, the excavators, there's a big machine with big drums on it that flattens the earth out, that the fill they're bringing in. And when that thing goes, it thumps a little bit to really pack everything down, and the whole building, and this building is like made with huge, it's like a bomb shelter, really, the way it's built. And it still goes like that. Really impressive. So we chose this moment to celebrate the groundbreaking, even though some ground has been broken, because so many more of us could be here today. And it's the tradition that's important today. It's an ancient tradition. It goes back at least 2,000 years, more than 2,000 years. The first known groundbreaking ceremony happened in China that 2,000 years ago. And most religions of the world have rituals that ask for blessings of the earth when we find a place that we're going to make a home, or we realize a place is sacred to us somehow. Especially when we break the earth in some way. We turn it in some way, as we will shortly, using these shovels. You all have a chance to do that. In fact, as I mentioned, why we changed the directions of the chairs. We're remembering today what it is to be here, why we're here, and the difference that this congregation has already made. And so we start with gratitude for this place on earth. We start with gratitude for this community. And then we ask, as we turn the earth, for blessings on this piece of earth where we build this new addition and the important places in it, like the Allen Minda Chu Family Hall and the Erhane Wilson Family Welcome Gallery. Groundbreaking ceremonies have become so important in our understanding of what it is to be human beings together that we actually use the word groundbreaking not just for the ceremony, which is a big G groundbreaking. We have a lowercase g groundbreaking that describes what happens when the difference we make in the world changes everything. And think about it. The small g groundbreakings that Unitarian Universalists have been doing, we've been doing for hundreds of years already. The Pilgrims of Plymouth, Massachusetts, for example, are our spiritual ancestors, literally. In fact, that parish today is called First Parish of Plymouth, Unitarian Universalist. And that congregation was groundbreaking in building a church that governed itself with freedom and democracy. A covenant. We broke ground hundreds of years later with amazing women like Susan B. Anthony and Olympia Brown, also our spiritual ancestors. And their ministries, their work in the world was groundbreaking for women's voting rights. This congregation began a groundbreaking ministry by opening this building as a safe place for gay, lesbian, transgender, and other queer people over 30 years ago. This is why some folks in other religions think of us as dangerous. We know there are many ways to be religious, and we draw from the wisdom of the world's religions and traditions. And we understand that the good we do in the world is not because of what we believe. What makes us good together is how we treat one another and how we care for one another. This is a very good thing that's happening. This is why we believe all people should have the right to vote when they grow up, because we know that democracy brings the greatest good to the world and to the community. People of all genders, all cultures, all orientations, all abilities should have the right to vote. It's why we believe all people should be free to speak what they're thinking, to write books, to watch or make news reports. There are some folks out there who want us to be afraid. They don't want us to be dangerous. They fear what it is they think makes us dangerous. These folks, however, I think are differentiated sometimes because they will lie or cheat to make us afraid to truly be who we can be together. They want us to give up our freedoms. They want us not to hear the call. They want us not to build that addition. Now, I'm not saying, for example, that the Mormon folks are bad folks. The Mormons I've experienced in my time, especially as a minister, have been kind and helpful, good neighbors. Yet they're still afraid of us. And I confess I don't really fully understand that. Some pretty nice people were afraid of us. They don't need to be. News reports are out about our groundbreaking. I saw one just a couple of days ago. I'm not worried and I'm not afraid. I'm excited because I know how much this county, Morris County, how much Morristown, how much all the communities around Morristown need this space, the difference it's going to make in people's lives. The world needs this Unitarian Universalist way of being, peaceful, thoughtful, a freedom to find meaning that has integrity in each of our own souls, and a way for each community to build itself in a way that makes sense in its own landscape. Yes, you are becoming maybe the most dangerous congregation in New Jersey by some accounts. Actually, you've been dangerous for some time now. Dangerous in part because you're becoming more powerful, reaching more people, having a greater effect. And that's powerful. That's a powerful ministry. It's a power that can only truly be created in community. There's no such thing as a single person who wields a lot of power. A dictator that takes a lot of power drains a community of its power until there's nothing left. They can't build power. They can only take it. What we know as Unitarian Universalists is that we create power because of the web of relationships we create, because of the opportunities we create for others, even people we've never met. We create power by giving each other and our neighbors freedom, a voice, hope. You ordain ministers. Two of the people you just saw in the videos, people who went into ministry out of this congregation. And there are others. I can think of three more right offhand. You have a strong call, and a call that is sometimes heard by individuals and sends them into ministries, powerful ministries, life-saving ministries. And the one thing that Unitarian Universalist ministers understand is whatever power we have is what you grant to us, and we earn from you. It's entrusted power. And in our best days, we're giving that power back to you, and it just grows and it grows. It's a risky business, wielding power. We're human. We don't always wield it perfectly with each other, even our ministers. But this peaceful way that we are dangerous. We're dangerous to bad ideas, dangerous to those who would practice lies or cruelty. We take great risks in doing so, and our spiritual ancestors sometimes suffered. Susan B. Anthony went to prison, jail, I should say, for a little while because she had the temerity to vote as a woman. I can remember the day, about 50 years ago, after the Unitarian Universalist Association helped publish a book called The Pentagon Papers, that FBI agents showed up in the parking lot to take everybody's picture. They wanted us to be afraid, to be Unitarian Universalists. It matters that we're here, and the ground we are just about to break, we will bless it. A building will arise there, an addition, and the ministry of this congregation, already dangerous, will become ever more dangerous to those who would want us afraid, unfree. It matters that we're here. I'm grateful for you, and people we haven't met yet will someday be grateful for you and the commitment you've made. You carry on a great, wonderful, life-giving, powerful tradition. With gratitude and respect, thank you. We've begun the High Holy Days in the Jewish tradition, and many of us find that as an important spiritual tradition that helps guide our lives. And as we close our worship and move into our groundbreaking ceremony, let's sing together in closing. Shalom Havarim, number 400, if you'd like to use the book. It's here on the screen as well. Our music director.
I don't know if we, I know this is a nice short round, so it'll be real quick, but yeah, in Rosh Hashanah, which started Friday, I believe it ends today, so we're doing this, and it just means goodbye, farewell, friends, go in peace, and it's a beautiful little tune, Shalom Havarim, Lahit Raot, Lahit Raot, and it's in a round where the first voice and second voice will sing it all together first, but then after, you could start after the first, second, and third measure, and I'll play that for you. But don't worry, if you don't know where you are, get lost, we all meet at the end with a shalom, shalom, which we'll keep repeating. And I'll sing all this from the piano for you. The melody goes like this. Shalom, havarim, shalom, havarim, shalom, shalom. Lahitraot, lahitraot, shalom, shalom. If you were born between January and April, you start with the first on the second time around. Yeah, January and March. April, April to July start when the second time rounds, and then August to December the third. So what I mean by that, it's an easy round, I promise. So when the first voice starts, so that all layers, and like I said, we will all line up at the end, because if you get lost, you can just sing Shalom, Shalom. And then that acts as a coda. Usually there are 2 repeat lines there. I know this version has it. But anyway, for this wonderful Rosh Hashanah New Year, we'll start with this. Everyone unison the first time, and then we'll do those parts based on when you were born. Beautiful, very nice, everybody.
Worship is ended, but our life and our spirit carry on, and a groundbreaking follows. For those who are ready to go outside perhaps and play a little bit, there are chairs and some activities outside if you'd like to hang out. Our Director of Religious Education, Nick Wallwork, can help you find that space. So we'll just take about 30 seconds here for folks who need to go and invite them to go ahead and go out, and the rest of you can sit down. Let us gather now in celebration. Congratulations, fellowship. You are breaking ground at this time. And as we have gathered to break ground and remember the sacred, the holiness that is being made possible in this space, in this place of earth, it is how we use it and how we gather that will save lives, continue to save lives. Let us celebrate, and let us begin first with opening words from Reverend Allison Miller.
Greetings, Reverend Joel Miller, President Paul Firm, and beloved members and friends of the Morristown UU Fellowship. I know personally just how hard and how long you have worked to realize this dream. Who knew when we kicked off the campaign from generation to generation in the year 2013 to 2014 that we would in essence be undertaking something that would take 10 years, including the next Deeper Roots, Wider Wings campaign and the final Moving Forward campaign. It reminds me of Edward Guest's poem, It Couldn't Be Done, which ends with this stanza. There are thousands to tell you it cannot be done. There are thousands to prophesy failure. There are thousands to point out to you one by one the dangers that wait to assail you. But just buckle in with a bit of a grin. Just take off your coat and go to it. Just start in to sing as you tackle the thing that cannot be done, and you'll do it. Yes, you have done it. You have done a very hard and very meaningful, visionary, community-oriented, generous thing that is both for you and a legacy for the future. You enhanced the worship space. You expanded the parking lot. You enriched the green spaces and playgrounds. You supported the drainage needs. You added a sign so people could find us. And you added a brand new roof, which I got to walk on with Reverend Joel last summer on a tour. The property looks fabulous from up there. And now you are doing it again today by breaking ground on the new addition with all the community spaces that will bring into being. I don't know if you remember the covenant we shared at the original campaign kickoff, but let me remind you of the promises we made. It is now our time to ask what we can do for those who come after us. We can do our best to fulfill more of the promise held in our 5 acres. We can create more room for children and adults, both here and not yet here. We can act on our value of the inherent worth and dignity of all people and create spaces that are safe and accessible, inviting and inspiring. We can act on our value of the interdependence of all life and take better care of our grounds and be as environmentally efficient as possible indoors and outdoors. If each of us is generous and willing to sacrifice according to our ability, all this and more will be possible. Knowing this is so, we commission a capital campaign steering committee and charge them to make personal visits to each of us and ask that each one of us does our part. Yes, you have done it. You dreamed, you dared, you did it.
And we are cheering you on.
Congratulations!
I would like to invite Shari Lowe to speak now.
Good morning, everybody. So we can get this thing going. Oh. Top, thank you. There we go. All right. I was raised as a Unitarian Universalist, and I've been a member at the fellowship for 27 years. I've been nourished and enriched by this faith. I also have been nourished by these three people, my baby sister Claire and my parents, Lee and Hardy Lowe. Mom and Dad died earlier this year, and I know some of you have kindly taken the time to read their obituaries and learn a little about the good they did in the world. Here they are with my sister Claire, when my father received an honorary lifetime recognition as a member of the Texas Public Health Association, which is the highest honor that organization can bestow. He sought not only to help people access health care and health education, but first to listen hard to those people, to find out what they really needed, and then acted to deliver that care and that education in the way that they had asked for. My mother, Lee, was a lioness of the peace movement. Here is a montage honoring her work as the founder of the Houston Peace News, which was published for 20 years, and copies of which have recently been accepted to the archives of the Houston Public Library. My sister Claire tragically died in 2016 at the age of 52. Please read her obituary too. I don't have time to tell you all the things she did. Just a year before she was taken by a vicious cancer, she had finally received her PhD in biomedical informatics and had joined the global task force, the Task Force for Global Health. In just that 1 year, her contributions helped that organization win the highest award in the world for a humanitarian organization. She received her medal just days before she died on November 3rd, 2016. Claire, Lee, and Hardy also highly valued the arts and creativity and saw them as symbiotic with all the other forms of achievement and love for the world. I have been donating to the Capital Campaign that has enabled us to stay here on this beautiful campus since the beginning in 2013. It also matters to me not only that we have the home that we need, but that we are creating a safe space for local, regional, national, and international organizations to carry forward our values into the world. The Chu family gift has been inspiring to all of us, but remember that before that incredible gift of $2 million was made, you had donated $4 million. You did that. We did that. And so you are the inspiration, as Jehan very clearly explained on that morning when he announced that gift. They and you have shown the way to giving back and building our new way in the world, along with the Erhane Wilson family here and the Firm family, who also have named parts of this new facility. When the board approved levels of giving for naming significant parts of the project, I took a deep breath, but I realized that the courtyard would be the perfect place to recognize Claire, Lee, and Hardy. I have been fortunate to be able to increase the total that I will have given by 2027 to $500,000. The new courtyard will be known as the Claire Lee and Hardy Lowe Courtyard of Compassion. Thank you.
You guys are awesome. Thank you, Shari. Franklin Heller speaks now.
What an emotional day. Take a deep breath here. Thank you, Shari. Amazing. Let's hear it for Shari. The legacy of her family, and really everybody here. So I'll try to go to my prepared script. Shari, actually, she's my co-chair on Deeper Roots, Wider Wings. She's had multiple terms on the board, including as board president, in which she took on the task of updating our bylaws. That was fun. She's a long-time member of the congregation, and we're so lucky to have her, Shari. I would like to recognize our other naming families that are in attendance today. We have the Chu family, who have made a difference in this congregation for decades. And with their game-changing gift, will continue to make a difference for decades to come. Our friend Minda Chu is here today, along with her daughter Priscilla Sinosia and her husband Charlie, and Minda and Al's daughter Shamsi Gravel is also here. Missing is their son Jihan, who got married a couple weeks ago, so we're celebrating that, and his incredible generosity too. We have the Wilson Erhane family in front of me. Beth and Joe Erhane have been remarkable members of this congregation. From the warm welcome you likely received from Joe to the gift of beautiful music that Beth has shared with us. They are joined here by their son, Eric. Nice to meet you, Eric. And their daughter, Jennifer, and her husband, John McCurdy. So, welcome. We're so glad to have you. Between the Chus and the Erhanes, we have a lot of RE alum in attendance today. We have the Firm family. Helene is another amazing presence here at the fellowship. We can always clap for Helene. From being part of the dancing group to really making this project happen. Our president, Paul, and his dedication. In the Muff interconnected web, they have integrated Al Chu's Tai Chi regimen into their daily life. And you never know, they just might lead us through their class after the service. And Shari Lowe, her efforts at the fellowship, working to make us fairer, equitable, and just, both in the fellowship and the world. Her dedication is clear to all who know her. Thank you, Shari. There's been a lot of activity since we last met before the congregational meeting in June, and I want to thank all who have made contributions to the current tranche of the DRWW capital campaign, including the board and our interim minister. Thank you, Joel. Like the congregation, the board gives at all different levels. Every contribution is valued and appreciated. One more time. Every contribution is valued and appreciated. Thank you. So where are we on this journey to finish this project without a residual loan? In April of this year, we needed $1.2 million. We started the silent phase of this tranche and lowered the number to $969,000 by the time of our annual meeting. Fundraising was and is ongoing. And as of today, the number needed to finish the project without a loan is $649,000. In other words, we have raised $687,000 since April. I am blown away. Thank you. Amazing, amazing, amazing. Every contribution is important and brings us closer to our goal. Every level of giving is appreciated. Here are some stats that prove the point. It covers only the DRWW, Deeper Roots, Wider Wings, multiple tranches. We've had 84 pledges between $100 and $10,000. That's resulted in $287,000 contributed. We've had 21 pledges between $10,000 and $1 and $50,000. That's resulted in $563,000 contributed. Think about that. If we matched that, there'd be no more mortgage, there'd be a surplus. We have 5 pledges between $50,000 and $100,000. That's resulted in $415,000 contributed. And we've had 6 pledges of over $100,000. That's resulted in $3.2 million contributed. We need your help from all of you to finish the job. Please be as nice and generous as possible when we reach out to you in the coming months. Just think, unlike last week, when I could not find a seat at the table during our in-gathering lunch, next year, there will be room at the table for all of us in the Alan Minder Chu Family Hall. Amazing, and thank you.
And I would like to invite Priscilla Chu. If you can make your way through the construction equipment.
I loved seeing all of the kids come up because, as Franklin and Joel mentioned, We've been coming here for almost 50 years, probably. So Shamsi and Jehan and I remember sitting down here on the steps, going up to RE with the Urhane Wilsons. So it's just great to be here. Good morning. On behalf of Jehan, his wife, Jeannie, and the rest of the Chu family, we are so excited and grateful to be with you today. Kind of when Helene and Paul first discussed this, the Deeper Roots, Wider Wings campaign, I was kind of reflecting on how impactful the fellowship was to both myself personally, our family, and the fellowship, and really the Morristown and Morris County community in general. We grew up here, and our parents have always been involved in so many activities here, whether it's kind of the 80th dinner celebrations. I remember my dad doing all the calligraphy for all of the name tags very early on, and of course, men's group. Can't forget men's group. So all of this has just really created such a deep sense of community and really instilled in all of us kind of this sense of service and inclusion, diversity, mindfulness, and peace. So we're really so excited to be with you today. We know that the expansion, it really is only the start of how the fellowship will continue to kind of widen our wings and deepen our roots, and we're just really happy to celebrate with you. Thank you so much to the campaign committee for shepherding this transformational project, and thank you to Joel for keeping everybody on this path forward, and of course to Allison. And I just saw Alan, and kind of historically just thinking about Paul Ratzlaff and all the others before us, so it's just really grateful to be here. We just also, not of course, in addition to kind of all of our named donors, just really this community. When Allison was saying it's been a 10-year process, just this whole community has given so much of your time and your treasure and your talent, so all of it really contributes to making this what it is, what it has been over the past 10 years and what it will be for the next generation, and for all, this next generation of EV trucks and construction. And so we're really excited. Thank you so much. Yep, thank you.
We lift up our heart in thanks for the sun and dawn, which we did not create, for the moon and the evening, which we did not make, for food which we plant but cannot grow, for friends and loved ones we have not earned and cannot buy, for this gathered company, which welcomes us as we are, from wherever we have come, for all our free congregations that keep us human and encourage us in our quest for beauty, for truth, for love, for all things which come to us as gifts of being from sources beyond ourselves, gifts of life and love and friendship. We lift up our heart in thanks this day and ask that this ground be blessed, so that these gifts and blessings will continue in our lives and so many other lives to come. Let us prepare the earth and ask for its blessings. Now, because it's an active construction site, as you can see, there are yellow cones there. You might want to pick up a hard hat, and there's some vests down here. We're just going to have to do this in shifts, so to speak. So I'd like to invite first our amazing Gateways team and our Deeper Roots, Wider Wings leaders to come first to break ground. Steve, Helene, George, Toby, Sandra, Franklin, Laurent, Shari. Oh, our contractor, Jim Visbean, and his wife. Come, oh yeah. Please. So, yeah, there we go. And much thanks to our AV team if you want to just watch from here or watch through the window.
Joel, come on out.
It's a little small.
Yes, we do.
Oh, nice to meet you. Welcome. Thank you.
Squeeze more in. People on the, like, people in the center should face forward as you're on the sides. Move in and turn your body, but your face so that like your face holds the camera. The more people on the end do that, the more the group will compact.
There we go. There we go. That's better.
Closer. We gotta get. All right, we can do it. Getting to know you. Everybody, come on in. Always. You cannot see the camera. Bring it in. Bring it in. Come on in. You don't mind standing. I don't want to stay here. You don't mind standing. No, turn somebody in here. Okay. Rest of you. Why don't you guys come over here too? Is that better? That's better. Yeah. All right. I think that might work. All right. And I'm gonna try this, and I'm gonna try the phone. Sometimes the phone doesn't matter.
You're on the video. You can always grab a screenshot from the video.
Rice and cheese. Smile. Boy, it's really. That's really funny. Sometimes the phones do better on Some cases the phones do better, some cases they don't.
The safety engineer.
All right.
And with gratitude for this earth, with gratitude to this congregation and to these good people, we prepare the earth. Let us turn it.
Let's move. We got torches, so we got to keep moving. All right.
Yeah.
What's next? Coach. Next, I think, is the board, right?
All right. For our second group to turn the earth, I would like to invite the Chu family and the Urhane Wilson family, the Lowe family, and the Firm family.
Okay. All right. We got the camera's going, right? Let's do naming families. Yep. All the naming families. That helped the Odyssey project. Yeah. The wording, I said.
Oh, nice.
Okay.
Yeah. Navigational.
How do I get? Oh, I got this one. I got the profile.
There we go. Oop. There's a vest, yeah. Oh, they're little vests.
Oh, this might be a little easier. Hi, Amanda. Good to see you. Eric would kill us. Here you go. Rolling. Yeah. Rolling up great.
I gave it to
And the other thing is, you guys, do you want to be next to Joe, or are you going to sandwich?
Oh, this might just be out too. That's right, very stylish.
George. in, squeeze in, turn your bodies. How's that?
No, I'm the photographer.
So that your face, your body's turned, but your face is front. That makes it's easier to compact the group if you're doing this. If you're on commission. Turn like this. Yeah, that helps. Turn in, we can get the group. A lot easier to get the group. Same thing. I'm going to try this, and I'm going to try the camera. Here, take the camera and speak. With gratitude and with aspiration, let us turn the earth. There. Look up. Smile when you do that, everybody. Look towards the camera.
Very nice.
Well, my sister. It's kind of a hard
I don't think you need that hat, do you?
It doesn't fit.
Let's do it.
As you can see, it's not really designed for my head. Is that it, or we do more?
All right. Our third group, staff, past board chairs, are invited to next to help us break the ground. If you would line up here right by Brooke Donaldson. You can be past staff, current staff, past board chairs.
Great to see you. Thank you for making the Here we are. Finally. Were you inside?
We'll do this last one and then we'll, yes.
Yeah, she got basically.
Well, she's the head administrator.
Board presidents, past board presidents and staff. And then we have a toast in the Great Hall. Am I missing one? Yeah, we're right.
Yeah, there is.
Oh, yeah. Cool.
Full firm, get over here.
He's not a past president. He is the past president.
Yeah, here we go.
I'm in. There you go.
We'll just do it.
All right.
Okay.
One shovel.
I got it looking at me.
All right, can everyone hear me? Can everyone hear me? Hello? Is it on? All right, the next group on deck, please, if we can have the current board. The current board is going to be the next group out. So if you are currently serving on the board, please line up by the door. So we currently have the past presidents. Now we're going to do the board.
All right.
Is that it for?
I don't know.
All right, the board is cycling out. So if you are one of the members of the current board, please head out. If you are on the ministerial search committee, please line up by the door. That's you, Joe. And after the ministerial search committee, that is when we are going to have children, any committee, and any member or friend. So crowd in.
And then a toast.
And then a toast.
Okay, I'm going to do pictures with both the camera and the phone. Everybody. All right. Get you lined up over there, John. Okay, everybody get in line somewhere. Again, people in the center, get to the front, get to the previous, keep everybody moving. People on the end, turn your body like that to keep your face forward. Thank you. Okay. So like Paul, turn your body a little more towards the front, and then squeeze in. Joe, not yet. Joe, you're not in this picture. Everybody, John. Joe can be any picture he wants.
He's blessing the.
Well, that water is a combination of water that lots of people brought from all around. You know, typically in September, we have what's called in-gathering, and everybody brings a sample of water from whatever they did during the summer.
Okay. Interesting.
Is it kind of a spiritual thing?
Yeah, it's quasi. I call it quasi-spiritual.
It's like a sprinkling, we'll call it sprinkling of holy water.
It's a blessing. It's a blessing.
Wow, what a milestone. I like the rocking it backwards. You know your way around.
One thing I learned from showing up at the reunion is you got to get orders. Oh, if you're shy, nobody ever does anything. What do we got?
Hey.
Okay, let's do that. Now who we got? Whoever wants to take, whoever's here with a shovel will take a picture. How's that?
I don't know, they said
Committees? I mean, waiting for more people? I think we're going to be sold.
I want him down.
Yes.
My second time.
The earth is turned. The ground is blessed.
I think people are going to keep coming out.
The earth is turned. The ground is blessed. Our aspirations and our gratitude expressed. Fellowship, congratulations. Well done. Next year this time, a building. Yes, yes. Let's toast. Join us in the Great Hall now.
Go in. You want your picture taken?
I don't really want my picture taken.
Okay.
But I'll do a little, I told Helene to get out here and do like a little bit, a symbolic.
If you want your picture taken, we'll oblige. If you don't want your picture taken, we oblige.